Students, a very good morning to you all. Today we will start the chapter Institutional Representation of Democracy. So let us first see what we are going to study in this chapter. In this chapter we will discuss about universal adult franchisee, elections, political parties and coalition government. So let's discuss universal adult franchisee. The universal adult franchisee refers that all the citizens who are 18 years and above, irrespective of their caste or education, religion, color, race and economic conditions are free to vote. In a democracy, a universal adult franchisee is important as it is based on the idea of equality. Universal adult franchisee in India is based on the concept of one person, one vote, which means that every adult citizen of the country can vote only once during one particular election. Now let's talk about elections. Elections are the process by which the citizen of a democracy select or choose their representative. The elected representative from the different part of the country meet in a body called the assembly or parliament. Now the question arises from where this word election came. It came from the Latin verb legere, which means to choose. Elections have to be held at regular intervals. Some countries held them in every 5 years, while some hold them in every 4 or 6 years. In India, general elections are held in every 5 years to elect the representative to the parliament. But midterm elections are held under special circumstances, if the government is dissolved before the completion of 5 years. And if an elected representative die or resign before the completion of his term, and then such elections are called by elections. So there are three types of elections: general elections, midterm elections and by-elections. Now, as we have already discussed about election, but who is responsible for these elections? For election to be free and fair, they have to be administered by a neutral, fair and professional body that treats all the political parties and candidates equally. In India, it is done by election committee or commission. This is an independent body which is only answerable to Parliament. The head of this body is a chief election commissioner which is appointed by the President of India, and he is assisted by 2 election commissioners. Now can you tell me who is the present Chief Election Commissioner of India? Yes, he is Sushil Chandra. Now let's discuss the process of election. Electoral constituencies. In India, to make elections truly representative, each state is usually divided into a number of small units called constituency. These constituencies are drawn in such a way that they roughly have same number of people. For example, for Lok Sabha election, India is divided into 543 constituency. And if we talk about Uttar Pradesh is divided into 80 constituencies. Now, for that one seat from each constituency, 2 or more candidates can contest. The candidate either belong to political parties or independent candidates. After that, the candidate chosen by the political parties have to file their nomination paper, which are then scrutinized by the Election Commission of India. Now, if everything is in order, the Election Commission allot symbol for the political parties. The candidate hold rallies where they tell people about their party and what they will do if they are elected to power. Posters and banners are used to appeal to the people to vote for the candidates. Campaigning ends at 6 p.m. 2 days before the election day. Now let's see the process of electing poll. On the appointed day, people go to the polling booth to cast their vote. Nobody except the person who votes knows who he or she has voted for. This is called secret ballot. Now, what are political parties? A political party is an organization that coordinates candidates to compete in a country's elections. It is common for the members of a political party to have similar ideas about politics, and parties may promote specific ideological or policy goal. If we talk about India, there are different type of political parties like BJP, Congress, etc. Now let's see election manifesto. What is election manifesto? A written statement by a political party that explain what it hopes to do if it becomes the government in the future. Is it clear? So election manifesto is issued before the elections. A manifesto is a published declaration of the intentions, motives or views of the issuer, be it an individual, group, political party or government. Look over here. These are the two examples of election manifesto. One is of BJP and the other one is of Congress. Opposition. You must have heard this word so many times. So let's understand this word by one example. For example, BJP. BJP won the election. So BJP will be called as the winner and it will form the government. And the Congress, who could not win the election, means who could not get the support of the majority of the members, will be called as the opposition party. So the opposition is formed by the largest party or coalition of parties that does not have the support of the majority of the members in the House of Representatives, and the opposition is sometimes called as the alternative government. Now why it is called as alternative government? Because it could form the government if it was win the support of the majority of the members. Now, what is the role of the opposition? The important role of the opposition is that they keep an eye on the actions of the ruling party. Party system. Countries across the world have different party system. They can be one party, two party or multi-party system. If we talk about one party system, there is one dominant party in control. For example, China, Korea, etc. A country having a one party system does not give its voter any choice, and the voters are forced to give vote to the candidate belonging to that single party. Not two party system. In this, two major parties compete for political power. And after election, one party forms the government and other party forms the opposition. Now, multi-party system. In this, three or more political parties compete for power. For example, in England, India, Pakistan, etc. But sometimes after election, no single party gets the majority to form a government. In such a situation, two or more parties come to an agreement and forms a coalition government. So what is coalition government? A coalition government is a form of government in which political parties cooperate to form a government. The usual reason for such an arrangement is that no single party has achieved an absolute majority after an election. So we have discussed about one party system, two party system and multi-party system. In multi-party system, we have discussed about coalition government. Now let's understand the coalition government in detail. In Hindi, it is called Gathbandhan Sarkar. A coalition government is one in which multiple political parties cooperate when no party on its own can achieve a majority in the parliament. This we have discussed before. Now, the new point is that it can also be created in a time of national difficulty or crisis. For example, during wartime or economic crisis, to give a government the high degree of perceived political legitimacy or collective identity it needs. while also playing a role in diminishing internal political strife. Now, students, can you tell me the name of the first coalition government in India? Yes, the first successful coalition government in India, which completed the whole 5 year term, was the Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP, led National Democratic Alliance with Atal Bihari Vajpayee as PM from 1999 to 2004. Now, let's talk about the political parties in India. There are many political parties, some are called national parties and some are called regional parties. So, let's discuss them. Now, national parties have their influence all over the India. Some of the example of national party are Congress, BJP, Communist Party of India, etc. The Election Commission identifies a party as a national party if it has its presence in more than 4 states. And if we talk about regional parties are those whose influence is limited to 1 or 2 states. And regional parties play an important role in a diverse country like India because they represent the people of a particular state or region. Some of the example of regional party are Bahujan Samaj Party, Rashtriya Janata Dal, Lok Janta Shakti Party, etc. Now let's talk about the electronic voting machine, the last but very important topic. Electronic voting machine is the standard means of conducting elections. Electronic voting machines, sometimes called EVMs in India. The use of EVMs and electronic voting machine was developed and tested by the state-owned Electronics Corporation of India and Bharat Electronics in the 90s. Since 2004, EVM has been introduced in most of our polling booths. So students, now it's time to take the quick review of the chapter. So let's start. When two or more parties come to an agreement and form a government is called as coalition government. Universal adult franchise is based on the concept of one person, one vote. Regional parties are those whose influence is limited to 1 or 2 states. Parties that do not have the majority of seats form the opposition. Election held for a particular seat when the elected representatives die or resigns before the completion of 5 years is called by-election. The parties which have their presence all over the world are called national parties. So students, I hope you have understood this chapter. So now it's time for some brainstorming exercise. So let's start. What is Universal Adult Franchisee? Name any 3 national parties of India. What is the full form of EVM? And what is one party system? So students, give me the answers of these questions in the comment section below. So students, be safe, be at your home. Thank you. Have a good day.